Hey guys, Coach Ben Lee here checking in, day 24. So we're almost to the end, and last week we spoke about, not last week, sorry, last video we spoke about comp prep. Okay, so in video 23, spoke about the psychology of comp prep and the kind of mindset that you need to take into moving forward to see fantastic results without rebounding. So the next thing I wanted to speak about was training methodologies, okay, and the systematic approach that you need to take to try and see fantastic results. Okay, so depending on where you are with your body fat is really going to depend on where you start. So that's going to really take into the biggest consideration, okay, when you're prepping. So we're talking about like macro cycles, micro cycles, phase of intensification, accumulation. So periodizing your training. Now, a lot of people wouldn't know what I'm talking about here, and it's also I'm speaking double Dutch. Okay, I'm part of the ASN 10-week challenge as well, and I put like a short post up in the group, and I just really forgot like the massive sort of educational educational sort of gap between the everyday public, personal trainers, and strength coaches. Okay, so um, personal trainers out there, don't mean to beat down on them. They have a place. Okay, I used to be just a normal old personal trainer, but what we need to see fantastic results is we need to periodize your training. Okay, so unless your PT has some sort of idea when it comes to periodizing your training to get you up on stage, and they're not just sort of putting you through a workout or anything like that, then you're really going to struggle to get in the best possible shape you can. Okay, so in saying that, what we need to address here, okay, girls, is we need to look at how we're going to plan out our 16 weeks or our 12 weeks, depending on where you are with your body fat. Okay, so we're looking at volume phases, we're looking at strength phases, we're looking at functional hypertrophy training, and like fat loss phases and things like that through our comp prep. Okay, so by knowing these and knowing how to execute these programs effectively and efficiently, then you're no longer going to need to create such a hard, drastic calorie restriction in your diet, and you won't need to implement anywhere near as much cardio, okay, to get you to that stage physique, okay, because your cardio should be like your ace in the deck, yep. So if you play your ace too soon, okay, then you've got nowhere else to go. So with effective manipulation of your calories, okay, with some cycling and being smart with that, and then obviously with our training methodologies, we can really start to see some like really good gains. Okay, so because what we want to do throughout this comp prep is we want to increase our lean muscle mass. Okay, we don't want to see a decrease in our lean muscle mass. Obviously, if we're seeing a decrease in our lean muscle mass when we're taking in our body fat measurements, then we know that our calories just aren't in there. And obviously, what we want to be able to see as well is even if our lean mass is holding steady, it could still be better. Okay, so like a good coach will see you gradually increase your lean muscle mass, okay, through your whole comp prep, and that's what you're after. You want to see an increase in your lean muscle mass. So this is the ratio of your body fat mass coming down plus your lean mass coming out. So it's pretty hard to kind of explain that to a lot of people, but like I want to give you a bit more of a like an insight, okay, of the possibilities that is in front of you, okay, when it comes to getting yourself in the best possible shape. So like I've said previously in a couple of other videos, this is the mentality, the difference between exercise and you've got a training regime, okay, so you've got a plan to hit that end goal. So we need to make sure that our plan is getting us there, okay, and so an efficient plan will have these concepts in there, okay, so we're going to have those a systematic plan designed using macro and micro cycles, using phases of intensification and accumulation, where we're going to get increases of lean muscle mass. So we're going to step on stage with a fantastic full physique and we're not going to look gaunt and starved to death when we get on the stage. Okay, so I'm going to go into a little bit more depth about these kind of phases. Okay, in the next video. There's just too much to talk about in this one video, so I just wanted to give this one a brief shout out. Okay, so that I'm prepping you ready for tomorrow, so that I don't have to explain it all. Okay, so that I can just kick off and talk straight into the macro and micro styles, phases of intensification and accumulation, with using volume, with using strength phases, with using functional hypertrophy, and how we put all that together to put together like a 16-week or a 12-week program, okay? And so that you can have a better understanding, a better grasp of the differences between like training, okay, and exercise. Because if your head's in this space and this is what you want to do, then you really want to take the best methodologies or the best practices to get you there, okay? So I want to try and open up your eyes to the possibilities of what's out there. And this is how sports models and bikini models and figure models and how these pros look so fantastic, and how come they can continue to do it without it sort of negatively impacting on their body, okay, because they're doing it with this systematic approach. All right, guys, so that's podcast video 23 wrapped up, and I shall speak to you tomorrow about program design, okay? All right, peace out.